if your meta ads are struggling, you're not alone. Something's really changed in the last month and a half, especially with advantage shopping or ASC campaigns. Here are a couple of things you can do to minimize the bleeding, although it's been really rough for a lot of brands. So, number one, you can reduce ASC or advantage shopping spend. If it's over 30-40%, bring it down all the way to 10% and switch it to non-advantage shopping. So, regular conversion. You can even just use broad audiences or catalog, but essentially just finding more stability, more new customers, less ads skewing to retargeting, using non-advantage shopping campaigns. So I would try to reduce your ASC spend as much as possible, especially if you've been heavy into advantage shopping like I was across a lot of accounts, because it just worked so well, especially for all of 2023, even towards the start of this year. And then I feel like after Mother's Day, it's just been rough. I mean, they have been making changes to ASC. There's no longer that existing customer cap, and now it's just a regular campaign, but you can still add exclusions. Okay, number two, use a combination of lowest cost as well as cost caps or bid caps. Essentially, the cost cap is not going to spend the entire budget every day. So you're going to limit your downside if Meta can't find those conversions at the CPA target that you set. But you still want to have some lowest cost campaigns running so you at least get that volume of traffic and conversions coming in. You could do 100% cost caps. It's a bit risky. I wouldn't recommend it unless you're checking the ad account like 8 to 10 times a day. Can take a lot of time to find stability. Depends a lot on outside factors like your conversion rate, amount of creative you have, and all of that. So to be a bit safer, you could do 30-40% of the account on lowest cost and then the balance on a cost cap or a bid cap, and essentially keep the budget slightly inflated so that when Meta can find those conversions, you won't be limited and it can spend more. So there'll be a lot of variable days in terms of the spend, but your lowest cost spend will be consistent. Spending 10K a day, just keep 5K as your lowest cost, and then that balance 5K actually make it 15 and use that in a bid cap or cost cap campaign. And then on some days you may spend 7, 8. Some days you may only spend like 6. Other days, especially the weekend when there's more demand, it can scale up to like 10, 12, 15,000. So on average, it should even out and you won't spend a ton if it's not hitting that cap. So make the cap not super, super low, but maybe just slightly 10, 15% above your AOV and see if that works. If it's not spending, you may have to keep raising the caps and then you can always pull it back. So it's a bit more manual, but you kind of have to find the sweet spot for your brand. But this, at least you're controlling the bleeding, because what's happening now, if you just put 10K at lowest cost or even 1,000 a day, if that's how much you're spending, some days it's great, you're getting good sales, and then literally the next day it's terrible, but you're still spending the thousands. So this way you're at least protected a little bit. Try it out and let me know what you think.